Welcome, dear listener, to whatever this is, currently untitled and going by the codename You Never Get Those Minutes Back. A marriage made in video game hell. With Valentine's Day long gone, hooray! I wanted to talk about co-op gaming, or rather the joy of gaming with a partner, and why I urge you, if you haven't already, nudge your better half towards a new shared adventure in video games. I myself was sceptical about opening up my hobby as a possible future path for husband and wife to tread. I mean, it was my thing, my personal obsession. There is a saying within the world of surfing that, although sounding mystical, is just some marketing bollocks from Billabong, but only a surfer knows the feeling. And that translates well to gaming. To the outsider, it must appear an odd obsession, to let hours glide by transfixed within our realm, much like the surfer focuses on the rise and fall of those rolling sets. But once inside, the understanding of what fuels the obsession becomes clear, and most who sample it then crave another taste. So I was concerned on two levels when broaching the possibility that my wife and I sit back and game together. First off, as with all my passions, I'm pretty defensive about it. Criticise a passion, and I'm not likely to say, fair enough. Rather, I'll begin trying to understand something that seems unfathomable to me, that they don't get it. Music, movies, football, books, I'm a defensive son of a gun. So I had to ask myself, what if she doesn't get it? What if the games I love and pour so much time into simply wash over her and she barely registers them? That would be disappointing. Then on the flip side, the burning question was, what if she loves it? That would be great, of course, to understand that she gets it too, but it would also mean sharing, and in some respects, due to me also being a competitive bastard, competing. Taking turns on Crash Bandicoot, chasing high scores, battling to complete the first level, embracing my inner sore loser. This sort of shit can't be good for a marriage. The moment we finally sat side by side ready to play was on a weekend many years ago. It was winter, pre-Christmas and cold. For the sake of this narration, gentle snowflakes drifted by the greens and reds of the garland-decorated sill, and a brass band piped jolly carols into the frosty air outside. The PlayStation blinked into life, and the Resident Evil disc spanning the tray. Yep, that good old Yuletide favourite, Resident Evil. We watched the screen expectantly, my wife to see what all the fuss was about with regards to my beloved gaming, and me to see my wife's reaction to my beloved gaming. And the rest, as they say, is history. It genuinely was a marriage made in the video game hell of Resident Evil. We spent a weekend dipped in crunchy snacks, hot coffee and blood-soaked zombie horror survival. It was magnificent. We laughed together, panicked together, lived and died together, but most importantly, for the first time, we gamed together. Since that day, my better half has embraced video games wholeheartedly. She became one of our expanding global tribe. She created a gamer tag, went on Call of Duty free, and developed the sort of competitive streak and inner sore loser I've been harbouring myself for years. I was so proud. But honestly, a shared passion within any relationship is something special. And despite having to occasionally take turns on multiplayer or take a kick in on your own favourite game, I can wholeheartedly recommend it. Video games, like movies or books, hold something for everyone. In this day and age, when we've moved so far from the early roots and simplicity of what a video game was, there really is no reason a couple shouldn't be able to enjoy the games together. The realm is no longer a male-dominated one either, which is another great thing, or at least that notion is still diminishing and hopefully diminishing rapidly, and it's now a place where everyone can find a home and a new hobby. All it requires is an open mind and a spare controller. The slogan, "The family that plays together stays together," was around before the video game, but it applies beautifully. Time spent side by side, away from the trials and tribulations of day-to-day life, just playing, laughing and relaxing together is always times well spent. If you haven't yet brought your co-op partner in life into an extra life as your co-op partner in games, I urge you to go for it. You get a permanent sidekick, and they will never ever tut again at the thought of walking into a game shop. Now that is a result.